So one, I'm Alexander Suryagianni, born June 5th, 1984, mole on the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. One, so supposedly there's people stealing money for my information and they claim they work for the government. Not sure if that's true or not, but there's someone paying for my information. And it's really my information, my analysis, my methods of analysis, my analysis of data flowing through my brain for 5 years and 5 months, and me analyzing this data. And there are people stealing money and pretending that my information and data is theirs, and they've been stealing money for my efforts and my hard work, analyzing this stuff, pondering their terrorist tactics, being a victim of this tech, and they're actually stealing this money from a victim of or testing weapons, attempting to murder on me, etc., etc. These kids are actually stealing money from my analysis. And when I sat around for 5 months, 5 years and 5 months doing this, hearing this data and analyzing, and no one even told me to log anything. Key point, I just started analyzing and logging and reporting to law enforcement. These kids don't even report to law enforcement. But regardless of that, another one of these terrorist tactics is the righteous hustle. So they like to pretend to be righteous. They like to manufacture bullshit and make up a lie, or like to pretend to be freedom fighters and greater good. Another one of their hustles is they like to tell a lot of different stories in different parts of America and the world, and peddle misinformation and play different roles. So they could be terrorists, but then they'll go outside of America and play freedom fighter and play like they're they could be the people holding me hostage and stealing from me and attempting murder on me. Then they'll go outside of America and pretend like they're the good guys defending me. So they got all these little hustles like that, so don't fall for it. Or they could be the people stealing my intellectual property and selling it. Then they'll leave outside of America, pretend they're the victims being robbed, and the U.S. government's robbing them, and try to rile people up to go against the U.S. government. So that's their hustles. They got weird stuff like that, switching roles, changing narratives, trying to get people behind their quote causes that aren't even real. And there's some, like, for instance, they'll pretend they're the criminals stealing from me, for example, and committing severe crimes on me. Then they'll leave America pretending that they're the ones being robbed, and try to rile up people and recruit people to some war against the U.S. government when they were the fucking criminals robbing me in the first place. So that's a key piece of this. So don't fall for these guys' bullshit. They got all these repackaging hustles, righteous hustles. They got all these role switching hustles, just peddling misinformation and getting people behind false causes hustles. They got all sorts of tactics. So don't be that guy and fall for this shit. So these kids who left America pretending they were robbed by the U.S. government, those are some of the key terrorists who robbed me for money and property that I didn't even know about, and then even have been robbing me for ideas that I make on my computer and ideas I make in different websites that I do know about, and they're robbing. And then they're pretending they got robbed by the U.S. government when they're really the ones robbing me. Key point. So that's another key point I've been discussing. So don't fall for that shit either. Praise Jesus.